Welcome back to the channel, where we break down big ideas in bite-sized pieces with a side of humor. Of course, today we're tackling one of the most iconic questions in American sports. Why is American football such a big deal in the United States? Seriously, why are people willing to sit outside in sub-zero temperatures, covered in face paint, screaming for a team that hasn't made the playoffs in a decade? Well, grab your helmets and nachos, folks, because we're about to break it down. Section 1. The spectacle of it all. Let's start with the obvious. American football is a full-blown spectacle. This isn't just a game. It's fireworks, marching bands, halftime shows, and a whole lot of yelling. From high school Fridays to college Saturdays to NFL Sundays and now Thursdays, Mondays, and some random Saturdays in December. Football isn't just part of the culture. It is the culture. Think of it like this. If sports were high school students, the Super Bowl alone is a national holiday in everything but law. We're talking about 100 million viewers each year. That's more people than watch the moon landing, if you believe in that sort of thing. Section 2. Tailgating, a culinary religion. You can't talk about American football without talking about tailgating. This is where fans arrive, hours, sometimes days before the game, to grill meat in the parking lot. Like it's a competitive sport. Spoiler alert. In some parts of the South, it pretty much is. America football. Tailgating has turned a simple football match into an all-day, barbecue-fueled block party. Burgers, ribs, brats, beers, bean dip. It's a food pyramid built in the name of fandom. And let's be real, any sport that inspires that much chili consumption is bound to have a devoted following. Section 3. The game's drama. Now, let's talk drama. Not the reality TV kind, but the edge of your seat, fourth quarter kind. Football is uniquely structured for drama. Every play is a potential game changer. You've got just 17 regular season games in the NFL, so every win and loss actually matters. Unlike some sports, looking at you. Baseball, with your 162 game schedule. In football, strategy and physicality combine in a way that's almost chess-like. If the chess pieces were 250-pound linebackers trying to take your head off. Plus, nothing beats the thrill of a last-minute Hail Mary touchdown. It's the kind of moment where even Grandma yells at the TV and spills her Diet Coke. Section 4. American identity and football. Here's where it gets deep. Football isn't just a sport. It's woven into America's identity. Think about it. Football celebrates themes Americans love: strategy, teamwork, power, winning against the odds, and occasionally smashing into people at full speed. It's like if Rocky Balboa were a sport, football reflects a certain American ideal. Go big or go home. Every game feels like a battle. Every yard hard-earned, and every touchdown a triumph. In that sense, it mirrors the American dream, except with more pads and concussions. There's also a military-style structure to the sport. The terminology blitz, shotgun, trenches, the hierarchical roles, captains, coaches, quarterbacks, and even the formation on the field. It's no coincidence that football gained popularity during and after wartime America. Section 5. College football and loyalty. Let's not forget college football, the gateway drug to lifelong fandom. In some parts of the USA, college football isn't a sport. It's a religion. Universities in the South and Midwest practically shut down on Saturdays during football season. Entire towns turn into football festivals. Grandma's baking pies with the team logo. Babies are named after quarterbacks. It's intense. Why? Because college football is about tradition. Marching bands, rivalries, Mascots, fight songs, it's all tribal. And fans love that. Whether it's the Iron Bowl, Alabama versus Auburn, the Red River Showdown, Texas versus Oklahoma, or Michigan versus Ohio State, these rivalries are generations deep. They're more emotional than some family feuds. In fact, some families won't even speak to each other on game day. Section 6. The NFL machine. The NFL itself is a masterclass in marketing, monetization, and myth-making. It's one of the most valuable sports leagues in the world. We're talking billions in revenue each year. Why? Because the NFL knows how to make every game feel like an event. From Sunday Night Football's dramatic intro to fantasy leagues that turn office workers into wannabe general managers, the league keeps fans hooked. And don't even get us started on the Super Bowl. It's not just a championship, it's Beyoncé concerts, million-dollar ads, and enough chicken wings to feed a small nation. Football isn't just on TV. It's on TikTok, Twitter, and in your group chats. It's fantasy leagues, betting apps, podcasts, and highlight reels. It's content. Baby in the NFL is king of it. Section 7. Fantasy football, the quiet obsession. Speaking of fantasy football, do you know how many grown adults spend hours agonizing over which tight end to start each week? Fantasy football has added a whole new layer of obsession. Suddenly, you're watching games you never cared about because your kicker plays for the Browns, and you need 8 points to win your league. It's created a new generation of armchair coaches who think they could run an actual NFL team if given the chance. Newsflash, you couldn't, but it's fun to pretend. Section 8. Media and memes. Let's not ignore the media machine. Sports talk shows, memes, player interviews, viral touchdowns. It all contributes to the football frenzy. TV networks have entire schedules revolving around football. ESPN, Fox, NBC, CBE, NFL Network. They all invest heavily because they know one thing. Football sells, plus football players have become media icons. Some become analysts, some start podcasts, and some just go on reality TV and become even more famous for dating Taylor Swift. Yeah, we see you. Travis Kelce. Section 9. Why not baseball, basketball, or soccer? You might be thinking, but what about other sports? Well, they have their own followings, of course, but here's why they haven't dethroned football in America. Baseball is called America's pastime, but football is America's passion. It's slower paced and doesn't have the same energy. Basketball is fast and exciting, but its season is long, and there are just too many games. Plus, the scoring is so high that a single play doesn't always feel pivotal. Soccer is growing fast, but let's face it, it still has the reputation, fair or not, of being the sport Americans politely watch during the World Cup and then forget about. Football, on the other hand, is ritualized, thrilling, deeply rooted in American schools, media, and culture. And did we mention there's a lot of yelling? Section 10. The downside, yes. There is one. Now, we've been having fun, but let's keep it real. Football comes with serious concerns. Concussions, long-term brain injuries, and violent collisions are a part of the game's dark side. The NFL has been criticized for downplaying these issues for years, and youth football participation has started to decline because parents are worried about safety, understandably so. The sport's future may depend on how well it evolves to protect players while still keeping the excitement that fans love. Conclusion. So, why does American football reign supreme in USA sports culture? Because it's more than a sport. It's an event, a ritual, a multi-billion-dollar entertainment machine that brings people together sometimes to cheer, sometimes to cry, always to yell at the screen. It's about tradition, identity, community, strategy, drama, and yes, sometimes even a little madness. From Friday night lights to Super Bowl Sundays, football has earned its place at the top of the American sports pyramid. And hey, if you're not into it, there's always the commercials, or the snacks, or the tailgates. You don't have to love football to appreciate a good plate of wings. That's it for today's breakdown. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments what's your favorite thing about American football? Or better yet, what's the weirdest tailgate food you've ever seen? See you next time, and until then, stay safe, stay curious, and never forget to check your fantasy lineup before kickoff.